always have someone that you can talk to. Life transitions with Coach Robin. Life transitions with Coach Robin. Life transitions with Coach Robin. No matter what you're going through, you always have someone that you can talk to. Life transitions with Coach Robin.
Welcome back, family. Oh, it is bright up in here in this office. Are you ready for Spotlight? Our Spotlight segment is where we have an opportunity to shine the light on a phenomenal person, a phenomenal people, place, system, organizations, or business. It could be an author, it could be activists, it could be teachers, it could be professors. All we want to do is shine the light on phenomenal people who are doing great things. They have great insight. They come with great resources and tools. Because at the end of the day, this is Life Transitions with Coach Robin. We want to bring tools for every ebb and flow of life and the transitions of life through awesome and phenomenal people. So today, oh my, on the Spotlight segment, we have a phenomenal, dynamic woman. And this segment is sponsored by We Have a Word Too, where every author has a platform. Find their packages and their services at squareup.com/store/We Have a Word Too. Who is in the spotlight here at Life Transitions with Coach Robin? I wonder who it can be, guys. Family, stick around. You do not want to miss this. She is dynamic and she comes with dynamic information. Check it out.
Transitions with Coach Robin. Life transitions with Coach Robin. No matter what you're going through, you always have someone that you can talk to. Life transitions with Coach Robin. Life transitions with Coach Robin. Life transitions with Coach Robin. No matter what you're going through, you always have someone that you can talk to. Life transitions with Coach Robin. Life transitions with Coach Robin. Life transitions with Coach Robin. No matter what you're going through, you always have someone that you can talk to. Life transitions with Coach Robin.
Well, greetings, everyone. Today on our segment Spotlight, right here on Life Transitions with Coach Robin, we are spotlighting a dynamic woman named Michelle Cofer. She is co-owner of Cofer Credit Consulting. Welcome, Michelle. Thank you for joining me on Spotlight here on Life Transitions with Coach Robin. How are you?
Thank you so much. I am well, Coach Robin. Thank you for having me tonight.
I pray to God that I pronounced your last name correct.
You did. You nailed it. Some people say Cofer. So listen.
Hey, glory be to God. Because people know me. I will get Ebonics. I will get Ebonics on you in a heartbeat.
Well, see, God just anointed your tongue.
Well, before I let the mic open for Michelle, because she has so many great things she wants to share with us, and I'm going to move right on out the way. But before I do open the mic to her in my office here, I want to share to you guys just a little bit how dynamic Michelle is. I've already mentioned to you she's a co-owner of the credit counseling company. She's an evangelist. Of course, she's a wife. She's a mother. She is definitely a woman of God. She's a leader and a mentor. Michelle for over 15 years, almost got tongue-tied, over 15 years of experience as a leader in human services profession. Michelle has her hands in a little bit of everything. She has a woman of many, many, many hats, a woman of excellence, and I'm telling you guys, you're in for a treat. We want to thank you for joining us. So now I'm going to move out the way. I'm going to let Michelle take over a little bit, give some more details about your background, and then we're going to talk about a few awesome things that Michelle can only do because she's the professional here in the area of credit. So, Michelle, if you could just share a little bit with us about your background and just a little bit about your counseling services.
Okay. Well, so thank you. And so as Pastor Robin alluded, I am a woman of many hats. My professional background is in human services, management, and leadership. But earlier this year, God opened the door for me to walk into a new territory through my husband. And my husband discovered what's called Financial Education Services, which is a financial services company that started in 2004. And we are now independent agents with that company. And so we started our own consulting, Cofer Credit Consulting Company, through which we're helping people to obtain excellent credit. And so I do have many, many hats on, but all of those hats do include me helping people. That's, part of my passion. It's who I am as a minister. It's who I am, as a social services professional, human services professional. It's who I am as a credit consulting. So the essence of my being is to empower people, to build people up, and to edify people. And so that is all connected and correlated to the work that we're doing, even through our credit repair organization.
Wow. Not to interrupt, but what I love is, number one, I love your energy, and I can hear the passion in your voice.
Yeah.
So I love when I hear someone not just doing something, but doing what is part of their purpose and is their purpose.
Right.
What I love also is that you are vital in the Black community, and I know I have all types of listeners from every, genre, from every culture. But one thing I understand is in the Black community, we don't have a lot of educators in the area of explaining and leading us and directing us in understanding our credit, the importance of our credit. We know our credit in the sense of when we go to buy that car and we find out we can't get it because we got that
denied, right?
But we don't know what to do. A lot of times it hasn't been generationally has not been one of the forefront things that our ancestors have taught us, or our mothers and fathers didn't talk about it. So in our community, unlike other communities, not to leave out any other communities that are listening, other communities have had the privilege of being grafted in their young years, in their young minds, the opportunity to understand their credit, how it works, and I love that that you are of the Black community, and you are imparting that information that we need, not only you but your husband as a team.
Right.
God forbid, I don't want to leave him out.
No,
I don't want him to be mad at me when he sees me in person.
I know, right?
But I just love that you are taking it by the horns, and you're empowering. If you can just go a little deeper in what thus far you have seen, just in the time that you've been really, instructing and teaching and empowering, and I want to say even changing mindsets.
Oh, yeah.
It's really about a mindset as well.
Definitely.
I want you to give us some experiences of what you have already seen in your time of really working in the community and working with family and friends, and just giving people an opportunity to see that there's something bigger and it's something greater waiting for them if they can just take hold of take their credit and take finances and by the horns and allow it to open doors for them?
Yes. Well, it's been quite amazing, even in this short period of time. April is not that long ago. We started this company, and back in 2014, I got married. I moved from North Carolina back to Georgia. I was out of work for multiple months, and having been a person who always kind of valued my credit, during that time, I was impacted, and my credit score went down and went down and went down, and even to the point where I lost a vehicle during that time, and so it was negatively impacted. And so me, as a consumer of the service that we have, I've experienced a credit score increase of almost 130 points since that time.
Wow.
But, not only that, I've heard multiple testimonies, and I have clients who even have had tremendous success in just a few months. In fact, I had one client, one of my clients in Athens, Georgia, to reach out to me last week. She was super excited. Her goal is home ownership. She reached out, and her score is up over 71 points in just 2 months.
Wow.
I had another person to reach out to me recently, and they've had over a 70-point increase. But, one of the most remarkable stories, I have to say this, is hearing from another laborer of the gospel. His name is Anthony Jackson. He's out of Chicago. I remember when I started the business, my husband and I was tuning into a company overview, and he was telling the story of how he was a PE teacher, lost his job, and at that point, he and his wife, Elise, ended up essentially homeless.
Wow.
They had to move into someone's home, into the basement, basically lost everything they had. And he said they had a few dollars in their checking account. They sowed, and he told his wife, trust me on this. And at that point, they sowed into this business, had $1.09 remaining in their account to their name. And so they came in, and now their credit score is up hundreds of points in just 20 months. And not only that, they came into the business as agents just as we were, and they've been able to hit the ranks of VP and are now multiple six-figure earners. So our company doesn't just compel people to walk in and develop excellent credit. It also, for those who are interested, it gives an opportunity to achieve financial freedom. You talked about Go ahead.
Let me just help the listeners, since you're giving them an opportunity. You're implying that there's an open opportunity to be a part of your company. So let them kind of understand what we're talking about. So if you can give them a little bit understanding of when you say when you're saying that there is opportunity to be a part of your company. Just give them a little tidbit, and I'm quite sure we might not have enough time to go into a whole lot of detail, but we'll give them information on how to reach out to you if they're interested.
Absolutely. So our company is, like I said, founded in 2004, but my husband and I are independent agents for this company. So essentially, we saw an opportunity to take on a credit franchise, and we did.
Wow.
And in taking on that credit franchise, the company equips us with everything that we need to run a successful business, including a website, marketing tools, training, development, and they provide us with, check this out, a $100,000 life insurance policy, and we get our credit repaired for free. So those are some of the benefits of being an agent, an independent agent with our company. But the thing is, it takes for many people a transformation of the mind. You have to kind of step outside the box, and every career opportunity doesn't come to you wrapped in the same package that we're so used to. We said it at the onset of the call, I have over 15 years in human services. I never thought that I would be working in the financial leadership industry, but this is where my path has taken me. The purpose is still the same, to help, to empower, to edify, to build up. But now I'm just doing it in a different vein, if you will. But the opportunity is certainly available. It's a very minimal investment, and you can get information by visiting my website, www.myfes, like financial education services.net/M like Michelle, Cofer, Cofer, my last name. And you can get information there, or you could call me, 404-980-3366, or my husband, 696-7311. His name is Kedrick Cofer. But we certainly saw something here. We saw, the opportunity to restore our credit, protect our identity, and then we saw an opportunity to move our family towards financial freedom and leave a legacy for our girls.
Awesome. And you just segued us to right where I wanted to go next. You were saying protecting our identity.
Yes.
One thing I love and I loved about you when I first talked to you, and I mean, another shout-out for Facebook, because they always, they beat up on Facebook about how bad folk is. But, honey, I met so many great folk on Facebook.
Godly connection.
So, shout out Facebook.
Go Facebook, woo-woo.
It is amazing how I like that you're giving them an opportunity to be a part of, a business franchise, if that's so what they desire. Also, you're giving them an opportunity if they feel like that's not what they want, they can still be a part of getting the help they need through your services.
Absolutely.
Not only that, I love that you are in the position, as we get ready to segue into educating people on the various areas of credit. And one is identity theft.
Yes.
One is the biggest thing that we were going that we find out now in the news, and actually you were bringing to my attention, was the Equifax breach.
Yeah.
And because a lot of us, and God forgive me, and those that are listening for other backgrounds and cultures, we are sometimes, our culture don't like to read, and we don't always know what's going on in the, in the arenas, especially concerning finances. I think because we're so uncomfortable that doesn't get our attention. Right. So since you have, the expertise and the professional here on the line in regards to credit, I'm going to let you have opportunity to talk about the Equifax breach and what information you want to share with the listeners that are here in Coach Robin's office. I want you to be able to share with them the information that you have. Okay,
absolutely. So, the honest thing is that, I'm finding that people still aren't aware of it. So let's talk about that. Over 146 million Americans have recently had their identity compromised. This was in the news about 2 weeks ago, and the impact of it actually, according to experts, could span over decades. And so on the watch of Equifax, who is supposed to protect our information, safeguard it, all of these millions of citizens were impacted because they were not standing the guard, if you will. And so our identities, when I say identity, I mean social security number, I mean date of birth, address, past, present, driver's license, just your dates of birth. All of these things have been hacked. And they're saying that over 63% of the adults in our community, 18 and older, have been impacted by this breach. And, it is really, really scary when you think about, having your information in the hands of people, but there is something that you can do to protect it. And, many people, first of all, haven't even checked. So I want to put that information out there because you do have the ability to check to see if you've been impacted by going to www.equifaxsecurity2017.com. Now, you can go onto this website that Equifax created in response to their laziness, and you can check and see by putting your last 6 digits of your social in, and it's going to give you a message if you've been impacted. Now, they are offering you 1 year of free identity theft protection through them if you choose to elect that. However, choosing to elect their protection also exempts you from any class action lawsuit. So remember what I said, the experts are saying that this breach could have profound impact that spans over decades because just think about it, the thieves aren't going to use all of that information, 146 million people at one time. So, they're going to be Yeah, right. They're going to be strategic in that. So you want to get protected. An incredible resource for more information, because I don't have time to share it all, is to go to Clark Howard's website, clark.com, CLARK.com, and you can find out how you can freeze your credit. Now, freezing your credit basically ensures that no one can access your credit profile with Experian, Equifax, or TransUnion. So no one can access it, including you. So what will happen is you'll get a security code. That security code will allow you to unthaw your credit when you need to apply for something. But you have to safeguard it. You have to ensure that it's not lost, because it is extremely difficult to obtain a new one if you lose it. So all of the bureaus are offering credit freezes. I know in my state, in Georgia, it's $3 to freeze, and Equifax, of course, they should, is waiving the $3. But most states have a requirement, but each credit bureau's website has information that you can access on how to freeze your credit. Now, if you're planning to make a purchase or do something, soon, then you probably don't want to freeze it and unfreeze it, freeze it and unfreeze it. But, definitely if you're not in the market to buy anything right now, you want to freeze it. And so I've even had people say, well, I already got jacked up credit, I already got bad credit. No, it doesn't matter if your credit is good or bad when it comes to identity theft, because you may have bad credit, but you have a driver's license number. You may have bad credit, but you still stand in anticipation of a tax return. Most people do. Well, these hackers are trying to compromise taxes. They're trying to intercept people's money.
Wow.
So, yes, I mean, it's huge. The impact, they're saying this is the largest hack in the history of the country. And even on today, Coach Robin, they were talking about in the news that even Yahoo, back when they were breached in 2013, initially said like 1 billion people were impacted. Well, they came back today. They just released it. Over 3 billion people have been impacted by the Yahoo breach that occurred a few years ago. So, even last week, I heard on the news last week, Whole Food Market as well as Sonic. So, guys, identity theft is the fastest growing crime in our country. You need to do something about that. And, not only does our company provide, the opportunity for you to perfect your credit if you have less than perfect credit, but we have a service embedded in our protection plan that ensures that we can safeguard your information. These thieves are trying to steal your personal information, whether it's your mortgage, like I said, your license, whatever. But, we have something that's designed, it's proactive. It ensures you a coverage up to $1 million. So, if you are, a person who is unsure, A, go check it, make sure, and then B, take action. Exactly. We always talk about, people perish because of lack of knowledge. Wisdom is the principal thing. Wisdom is the beginning thing. I'm giving you wisdom right now.
Exactly.
So you got to take that and you got to go out and do something with it to ensure that you are safeguarded, because they're not playing.
You can't be the horse that was took into the water and you ain't gonna drink.
And didn't drink. Here it is. Exactly. I'm telling you that this is major, it's profound, and it's impacting millions of people, and even your children. So if you explore Clark.com, you can find out how to protect your children's identity, because the identity of a child is a clean slate for a person who's in the business of doing damage. You hear what I'm saying?
Exactly.
So you want to even protect your children, and because we don't want to have our children grow up and have bad credit. We want to empower them even now.
Based off of somebody else's negligence.
Absolutely.
God knows it's bad enough when you jack up your own. You don't want nobody else to be having their hands.
Right. Right.
Wow.
And I did a live, Pastor Robin, the other week, and I just said it. I said, and stop putting stuff in your children's name.
Exactly.
Kids are growing up, and they have bad credit and never have possessed a thing. So we've got to stop doing that.
We got to stop doing that. Did you hear the woman of God? Don't put anything in your child's name. Man up, woman up. Do what you got to do.
If you're going to do anything.
Thank you so much for joining us. And before we go, I want you to go over again how they can reach you, because there's no way in this little bit of time we were able to cover half of what we wanted to talk about, because there's so much going on. We might have to have you come again. But for now, could you give them your contact information, how they can reach you on social media, and your website once again?
Absolutely. So, guys, you can reach us, Cofer Credit Consulting. You can find us on Facebook by searching Cofer, C-O-F-E-R, Credit Consulting. You can also contact us via phone. We are accessible either phone calling or texting. My direct contact number is 404-980-3366. My husband, Kedrick Cofer, can be reached at 770-696-7311. On top of that, you could also access my website, www.myfes, like Financial Education Services, .net/mcofer. On that website, you can search my products. You can look at the FES Protection Plan, and you'll see that it is 13 services embedded in one, including our signature service of credit restoration. We leverage your rights under the Fair Credit Reporting Act. Many people don't even know what that is, but we leverage your rights to ensure that those negative items that are in your credit report are not impacting you in a negative way. And so we dispute all negative items with all 3 credit bureaus all at one time, and that is how our customers are able to see such a great success rate when it comes to deleting those negative items. But we would love to work with you. Our middle name is education. So we are all about educating, building up, and empowering people to have financial success and to secure their finances and the lives of themselves and their family.
Awesome. I told you guys she's dynamic. I told you she was coming with some good stuff. Thank you again, Michelle. It's been such an honor. I'm so glad you were able to come on and really give us some good information. Also, Michelle, I'm going to ask you if we can put we can get some information together, and I'm going to put it on Life Transitions sites, social media sites, ways to contact you and some of the good information that you were able to give us on today.
We'll get that to you.
Awesome. Again, I thank you so much for joining us on Spotlight here on Life Transitions with Coach Robin. We will be right back in one moment.
Thank you.
With Coach Robin, Life Transitions with Coach Robin. No matter what you're going through, you always have someone that you can talk to. Life Transitions with Coach Robin. Life Transitions with Coach Robin. Life Transitions with Coach Robin. No matter what you're going through, you always have someone that you can talk to. Life Transitions with Coach Robin. Life Transitions with Coach Robin. Life Transitions with Coach Robin. No matter what you're going through, you always have someone that you can talk to. Life Transitions with Coach Robin. Life Transitions with Coach Robin. Life Transitions with Coach Robin. No matter what you're going through, you always have someone that you can talk to. Life Transitions with Coach Robin.
Welcome back, family. Welcome back. Thank you, Michelle. I told you guys, what a dynamic woman with dynamic information. Listen, guys, family, she advised us to check the status of our credit. Let's not be unwise, but let us be wise in this transition in our life to check our credit to ensure that we are, to ensure where our status is. Let us be about that, okay? Let us really be about that. Wow. You can find Michelle's information on all my social media sites. Find me on Twitter at Coach Robin J. Coach Robin J. Instagram, Life with Coach Robin. Live with Coach Robin. Facebook, Live Radio, Life Transitions with Coach Robin. Again, email me. Email me, guys, at CoachRobinJ@gmail. CoachRobinJ@gmail. Again, our Spotlight segment today is sponsored by We Have a Word Too, where every author has a platform. Find their packages and their services at squareup.com/store/We Have a Word Too. squareup.com/store/We Have a Word Too. We'll be right back.
Transitions with Coach Robin. Life transitions with Coach Robin.